how do you improve the quality of teachers, given that the net learning teaching process is not going to be better than the quality of the teachers? And second, how do you create cultures and systems in schools which go beyond personalities? So these are two things where I can share a little bit of what we've learned. I think on the first, when we first came into this domain of education, we were preoccupied and obsessed with, like most people are, what should happen. And in quality of teaching, we have learned, really broadly speaking, three things. Teacher training as a standalone does not work. And this seems like somewhat ironical or a shooting yourself in the foot kind of statement for an organization which is in the profession of teacher training. Our experience has been it's usually one-off. You may get very gratifying results in the short term, but long term you need something more than just short interventions of training. The second learning is that when you build in curricular support along with training, magic starts happening. And the God is in the detail of it. So if you don't like the way she is teaching right now, can you teach better? And that was the big transition which we made as an organization and as individuals when we moved from running modules in child development or multiple intelligence or theory of good teaching to very practice-based, that if you have to teach surface tension to a class 5 student, how will you teach it well? Or if you have to teach fractions to primary school or middle school children, how would you teach it well? And that specificity brought in a lot of result-orientedness. The third learning on that was that unless this is ongoing, it's going to die. So the value of coaching and mentoring on an ongoing basis is huge. Again, these are fancy words which are thrown on very cheaply, I feel sometimes. But actually sustaining any intervention in a school, whether it's a primary school or a preschool or a high school, is very necessary and it's hard to do. We feel that if you want to sustain good teaching, you will need an instructional leadership culture where the leader himself or herself is very, very committed to the teaching learning process.